welcome to video number 2. We are Destination S'mores, bringing you this video from outside with the lovely weather that we are just soaking up and loving so much of. Very different than what we were looking at really just 2 weeks ago. So long time no video. That was not the plan. We hope to get these to you probably twice a month, maybe a little bit more than that. We don't really have like a set plan in that. Just kind of going with the flow, seeing what this life is bringing us. But we've faced some hiccups, like with any new property, building a house, buying a new house. Stuff just happens. So we had some stresses to work out, and frankly, we just weren't really living together for 3 weeks, dealing with the issues, and Eric's going to tell you all about that here soon. So I'm going to tell you about 2 other things, and we're going to turn it over to him. But here at the end of the video, you're going to see Luke. And Luke, his new goal in life, his new career aspirations is to become a YouTuber. So he is loving this life, making these videos, having so much fun with it. And he's started making some videos for you guys too. So we're going to just tack them along to the end of our videos for now and just see what pans with that. But so stay tuned at the end for that. This video will probably be longer than the last one due to that. I know you guys are all busy, but we appreciate you loving our family and just watching what's going on in our lives. So there's that. And then second is you just saw our intro video, and we're gonna do just a couple different ones, a few different ones. I don't know how many different ones yet, but enough that then we're going to turn around and have you guys vote on a fun intro video that we're going to do for all of our videos in the future. So that's where we're at. I'm going to turn it over to Eric to just kind of tell you what's been happening for these last few weeks and some of the stuff we've had to navigate in this new lifestyle.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for passing this over. So basically, as Tara just said, we did lose heat for about 3 weeks. And so obviously dead of winter in February, so that stunk. And so when we got home on a Sunday evening, it was horribly cold. It was like 10-15 degrees outside, and inside the camper was 20 degrees maybe. And so checked all the breakers, checked to make sure that we were getting power from the campground, and that was all true. The furnace wasn't running at all. It was completely off, but the thermostat said that it was on. So I turned it off and then turned it back on. It tried to kick on, and it was blowing really weak, I guess you could say. And when I went outside, you could smell gas horribly. It didn't smell like propane, but I think it was. But we were getting no heat. So a little bit of air movement on the inside, but absolutely no heat. It was absolutely cold. So turned it off. Went and stayed with my in-laws that night, but then the next morning it was still super cold, and we just started to get worried about the pipes freezing. So I came back that next morning. It was a Monday morning, and I turned on all the space heaters, put a space heater down in the basement to try and thaw out the pipes. The toilets were frozen, none of the sinks would work. It was completely frozen. And so turned on the heat from space heaters, and then was able to thaw everything out. But it took all day, as you can imagine. So once that was all thawed out, and it was warm enough that I could actually shut the bedroom door with a space heater, and then was able to warm up and stay warm all night. So I actually stayed here for those 3 weeks to make sure that we did not lose heat. We didn't have any frozen pipes or any of that. So I wanted to make sure, obviously we kept things thawed, but more importantly that we didn't catch any fires or anything like that. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4 space heaters in total running. One of them was our fireplace. So we were able to keep it decently warm in the 60s throughout the entire camper, but I was able to keep it in the low 70s in the bedroom at night. So I was able to be fine, but with the rest of the camper getting pretty cold at night still, we did, like Tara and the kids did stay at her parents' for some time there, again, about 3 weeks. So that started that journey of me staying here, making sure that things didn't go awry. And so we called an RV technician and called Grand Design to make sure that they could cover it via warranty. So they were fine with him coming out, this RV tech. He was able to come out that following Thursday, so in just a few days. He took a look at it, he tested as much as he could, and determined that the blower was broken. And when I say the blower, it was blowing air, but very softly, so it wasn't powerful enough to trigger the furnace to kick on. So nothing was wrong with the actual ignition or the fuel, so that propane, but it couldn't trigger the furnace to actually kick on. It wasn't powerful enough. So we needed a new blower, and Grand Design checked while he was here. I called Grand Design and checked and saw that they didn't have any in stock, and so they asked if the RV tech could try his avenues to find one. And so he said that's fine. He put everything back together, and the plan was to continue to use the space heaters. So he sent he ended up sending us a text a few days later saying that he could not find one and that we needed to call Grand Design back. So we called Grand Design back, and at that point they were like, oh, we have one. And so long story short, they were able to send us one. We received the blower and then had to wait about a week or two until he could come back out, the RV tech, and put it in. Needless to say, that process was not great. We're not going to go into detail in this video on that process, but needless to say, every step of the way, Grand Design asked if we could bring the RV to their headquarters in Indiana, in Elkhart, Indiana, and that's not a realistic thing, especially for full-timers. And so it was quite the struggle to get them to approve an RV tech to come out and look at just some of the concerns that we've had. So again, we'll give you a whole video. We'll do a whole thing around just the quality that we've experienced from the camper itself, and we'll talk about some of the things. But for right now, I'll tell you just a little sneak peek. Wasn't the easiest thing that we've ever had to deal with, but at the end of the day, they did cover it, and so we were able to get heat. But again, it took about 3 weeks, and so got the blower installed. That was the issue. The heat has been working great ever since, but it made for a very cold February, I will tell you that right now. And so thank you again for watching. That's pretty much the story, a little bit of the hassle, but we got it all figured out, and we're much warmer for it.
Okay. So you guys are asking, lots of you are asking to see a tour of the RV, and we want to do a whole grand tour of the RV eventually, but it's just not ready yet. We've been here 3 months, and we are working on spring cleaning already, downsizing, getting rid of things that we just haven't used in the 3 months that we've been here, and we've realized that we can do without. Trying to really figure out ways to get organized well in here, which frankly is not the easiest thing to do with having 3 kids here most of the time. So just finding the time to reorganize it, figure out what works, and we're finding things that are working well and things that we need to switch around, again, get rid of, all that good stuff. So we're gonna start slowly. I'm gonna start showing you some of the spaces. Today I'm gonna start with the bathrooms. And I did say plural, bathrooms with an S. We have 2, or technically 1.5, which was really one of the selling points for this specific RV layout that we chose. That it came with that half bath, which is in the boys' bedroom, so that we have that second option for the 5 of us to use. We are still, limited to 1 shower, but that doesn't, we've actually never had 2 showers. So it really didn't affect us much to just continue having 1. So here's the first bathroom. Okay. And this, like I said, is in the boys' room. As you can see, there's a door, from the outside coming in, which is awesome because then, you know, here's pretty soon we'll start being outside a whole lot more than we are. So we can have a door to easily get to this bathroom, and our other bathroom's really close to the other door, so we can easily get in. Toilet, little step stool for the little ones, to be able to use the sink. A nice size cabinet in there for storage. I'm going to show you more in depth into the cabinets eventually when I do full tours of everything, but there's that. And then another little cabinet in here behind the door. Okay, so kid bathroom, or bathroom half, is right there. And now I will take you to the other one. Okay, and here's bathroom number 1, the full bath. You can see our sink. There are 2 cabinet spaces down there, a mirror up there with also more space. Toilet over here. More cabinets back there, which are really deep. They go back to the length of the camper, so those have lots of space for us. Again, we'll show you all that later. Some towel racks or hooks in there, which we use as towel racks, and a shower. Not sure how well the video is doing and showing you how big this is, but you got a little skylight up there. It truly is a decent sized shower for an RV. That works well for all 5 of us, really. So the younger boys have had to get used to taking showers since we've moved here, but really other than that, it works great. So fan up here, open that, another little skylight area, and that concludes the tour of our 2 bathrooms.
Hi guys, I'm gonna flip a water bottle into the shower, and I'm gonna be over there so you guys can't see me. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And that's how you do it.